I'm joined by the man himself, the big man of the moment, Harish Bhat. Harish, welcome to UTT now.
Good morning, Abhinava. You should not call me a man of the moment. I am a person who's worked in Tata Tea for several years, starting as assistant manager and then as managing director of the company. But at this point, I'm very, very happy to speak to you and to share my views on any questions that you'd like to ask me. And I hope we can do that over a cup of nice Tata tea or Tetley tea.
Thank you so much, Harish. In fact, my first question to you, take us through the events, the flow of events at the board meeting yesterday. What is it that prompted you to propose Santana Krishnan's name as the chairman of the company?
Listen. Let me stay on what prompted me to propose a resolution, and let me start by saying that I have a very high personal regard for Mr. Cyrus Mistry, and I continue to hold him in high personal regard. Having said that, the reason that I proposed this resolution was because I believe that having a chairman of the board who is in a position of hostility to the major promoter company, which is Tata Sons, which is the major promoter company of Tata Global Beverages, is really to the detriment of all stakeholders of the company, including the minority shareholders of the company. There are significant risks from having a chairman of the board who is in a hostile relationship with the primary promoter company. Those risks can come from the use of the Tata trademark. Those risks can come from, attraction and retention of talent, people who have joined the company as part of the Tata Group. It can come from the quality of partnership that the company enjoys with various partners. It can come from future performance and future strategic plans being implemented. It can come from the ratings that the company enjoys. The risks can arise from several such factors. It is clear to us that Mr. Mistry no longer enjoys the confidence or support of Tata Sons. In fact, there are clear signs of disagreement and hostility between Mr. Mistry and Tata Sons. That was at the core of why I wanted to and proposed this resolution. And I would like to say that in the interests of all stakeholders of Tata Global Beverages, including the minority shareholders of Tata Global Beverages, we require good alignment between the stakeholders. We require I think, a chairman who enjoys the support of the board and who also is in alignment with the major promoter company. Yesterday at the board meeting, 7 out of 10 directors who were present voted for the replacement of Mr. Cyrus Mistry as chairman, which clearly tells you where the sense of the board was.
Absolutely, I get your point, Harish, about the risk factors that are there given the fact that the promoters don't have confidence in Cyrus Mistry as the chairman of the company. But more importantly, on a legal point, I mean, this is a proposal which was mooted by you to replace Mr. Mistry, but that was not part of the agenda at the board meeting yesterday.
See, I think as has been explained in various media from various points in time, there is a firstly, let me re-emphasize that the proposal was brought in a fully legal manner. There are legal provisions under the Companies Act for bringing in a proposal which is not on the agenda, and those legal processes were followed to the T. Those legal processes were followed entirely. So on the process, I just want to re-emphasize that the process followed was entirely legal and in keeping with what the company's law lays down for the bringing in of proposals which are not on the agenda of a board meeting.
But Harish, who proposed your name as the chairman? Because the Cyrus camp says that your appointment was done after the board meeting came to a close.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. The board meeting was in progress, and at that point in time, the board meeting was being chaired by Mr. Santana Krishnan, and it is during that period of time that one of the directors proposed my name as chairman.
Expectedly, I mean, Cyrus Mistry has said that the move is illegal, and also Analjit Singh saying that something like this is quite uncharacteristic of the Tata Group. How do you respond to that?
Okay, first and foremost, I do not want to comment on a television channel of what exactly happened in a boardroom. I think I have to respect the confidentiality of the boardroom. So first and foremost, I would like to say that. The second thing I would like to say is, with due respect to Mr. Cyrus Mistry and with due respect to Mr. Analjit Singh, I think they are entitled to their points of view. But from my point of view, it is very clear that we have followed the due legal processes in bringing this resolution to bear in the board meeting, and this resolution having been approved by the board meeting. So if you permit me, I would not like to comment on the observations which have been made by Mr. Mistry and Mr. Analjit Singh, except to say that due legal process was followed in bringing this resolution to the board, and more importantly, I think this resolution was brought to protect the interests of all stakeholders, including minority shareholders, who want performance of the company, who want a company which is aligned. We must remember that here is a company whose major brand, our flagship brand in India, is called Tata Tea. It uses the Tata trademark, which is owned by Tata Sons. That contributes significantly to the profits of our company. And it is therefore very, very important that there is alignment between the main promoter company and the company Tata Global Beverages Limited. So I think the content of the resolution, and more importantly, let me emphasize, at the end of the day, 7 directors out of 10 directors on the board supported the replacement of Mr. Mistry. A chairman of the board who does not enjoy the support of the majority of the board, a chairman of the board who does not also enjoy the support of the main promoter company, which is backing Tata Global Beverages Limited, I think it would be very, very difficult for such a chairman to ensure continued performance of the company. Therefore, it is in the interest of all stakeholders, and particularly in the interest of minority shareholders, that I think this resolution was introduced and was adopted at the board meeting yesterday.
But Harish, it's the same set of directors who also had full confidence in Cyrus Mistry over the last 4 years. I mean, I get the risk factors that suddenly emanate from the fact that Tata Sons no longer has confidence in Mr. Mistry. But on the performance front, on the strategy front, was there anything wrong with the way Cyrus steered the company in the last 4 years?
I think the circumstances have changed significantly and materially over the last month. And when circumstances changed, I think it is the fiduciary responsibility of directors to take on board those changed circumstances. You will agree with me, Abhinav, that the circumstances today are not the same circumstances which prevailed 6 months back. For anyone to say that they're the same circumstances would be to turn a blind eye to all the happenings which your own media has been reporting on extensively.
Many now are questioning the role of the independent directors, because at the end of the day, the move to replace Nusli Wadia as the chairman, it seems to have instilled a fear among the independent directors. I want to just say, Abhinav, that I have the greatest respect for all independent directors on our board. I think they're very reputed people. They bring to bear their own views. They support us in taking forward the strategy of the company. They support us on the board in discussions with the management. They safeguard the interests of all stakeholders, including minority shareholders. So I have on the independent directors on the board of Tata Global Beverages, I have the highest regard and respect for the skill sets and for the competencies that they bring on the table. But this whole approach that either you are with us or you are with them, isn't that approach a little disturbing?
I'm sorry, I don't agree with, or I don't synchronize with that approach. Let me tell you from my own point of view. While I have high personal regard for Mr. Mistry, on the other hand, I believe it is my fiduciary responsibility as a non-executive director on the board of Tata Global Beverages to safeguard the interests of all our shareholders, including our minority shareholders. Do you know in this play that Shakespeare has written, Julius Caesar, there's a famous quote, and I'm going to paraphrase that quote a little bit. It is not that I love Mr. Mistry any less, but it is that I love my company much, much more, and I have a role to safeguard the interests of all the stakeholders of our company, and that's the reason that I moved the resolution, and that's the reason I voted for that resolution as well.
Harish, none of the operating companies in the last few days opted to vote out Cyrus. Why such an aggressive stance from Tata Global Beverages? Is it all about numbers?
I would not like to refer to the proceedings of the board meeting of any other company. I am not on those boards, and I believe that I do not have the wherewithal to comment on the proceedings of those board meetings. I will restrict myself to to providing my observations on the board of Tata Global Beverages and the decision that the directors yesterday took on the board of Tata Global Beverages. The directors, including myself, took that decision in the long-term interests of the stakeholders of our company. So I would like to restrict my observation to that. I do not think that I should comment on the happenings on the board of any other company which I am not fully aware of and which I may not have full knowledge of.
Harish, as the two sides are busy fighting for their interest, who will fight for the minority shareholders?
I think it is up to the directors of each company to represent all their stakeholders, including their minority shareholders. And indeed, yesterday's resolution, I think, in a sense, protects the interests of minority shareholders because it ensures that the longer-term performance of the company is fully protected.
Harish, your share price has been on a steady decline since the 24th of October. I mean, isn't it a big worry for shareholders? What steps will you take to instill confidence among your shareholders?
The first and foremost step and the first and foremost message that I want to give to all our shareholders is that Tata Global Beverages continues to have very sound and robust long-term plans. And I will ensure as chairman of the company that those long-term strategic plans are executed with all the focus and all the energy that they deserve. As a company, we are owners of some of the finest brands of tea and coffee that are known on this planet. A brand called Tata Tea, which is the market leader in India. Tetley, which has strong positions in the marketplace in Canada, the United Kingdom, in Australia, in the United States of America, and many other countries of Europe. We have strong interests in the coffee sector with a brand like 8 O'Clock Coffee in the United States of America. We have a strong brand in the water sector, Himalayan. We have strong joint ventures which are in play at the moment. And I think what we will do and what I will certainly do as chairman of the company is provide the management all the support required with all the resources, all the facilities, all the power that I can bring to bear from Tata Sons, the primary promoter company, to ensure that these long-term plans of the company are focused on and receive our due attention. So that they can take forward. Finally, I think exceedingly good strategy with exceedingly good execution is what makes for great success in the future. And as chairman, I am committed to the highest standards of corporate governance as well as the highest standards of energy and focus in making that happen in the future. That, I think, is what I would like to convey very, very clearly to all our shareholders.
Harish, Tata Sons has alleged that Cyrus Mistry was working behind the scenes to take control of many of the operating companies like Indian Hotels with the support of independent directors. Did you sense any of that playing out at Tata Global Beverages as well?
I do not want I just want to make an observation in my current role as chairman of Tata Global Beverages. Therefore, I think the question that you're asking me just now is not really relevant to what happened at Tata Global Beverages yesterday. Yesterday, the board took a decision to replace Mr. Cyrus Mistry as chairman of the company, and I would like to confine my conversation with you right now to the key reasons why that happened.
Harish, Tatas have also questioned the competence, the very little experience of many of the GEC members. You were part of Cyrus's core team till recently. What do you have to say? I mean, was there something amiss with the way Cyrus went about doing his business?
I would like to say this. Yes, I was a member of the Group Executive Council until recently, and I was very happy to be a member of the Group Executive Council. There were defined responsibilities that were given to me on the Group Executive Council of spearheading customer centricity for the group, of looking at marketing across the group, looking at helping out with some of our new businesses which were coming up in the group, and of course being on the boards of some of our operating companies. I would like to say that I have done my best to discharge those responsibilities to the best of my capability when the Group Executive Council was in place. I also want to say that with due regard to my colleagues who were members of the Group Executive Council earlier, I would not like to comment on any of my previous or current colleagues on the Group Executive Council. It's not in. I would not like to comment on their performance or their personality or any such factors. I think that in this conversation, I will keep myself focused on Tata Global Beverages, what happened yesterday in Tata Global Beverages and the core reasons for that, and to reassure all our shareholders that the decision taken yesterday was in their best interest.
Harish, you moved the proposal to replace Cyrus Mistry as the chairman of Tata Global Beverages. How difficult was it for you at a personal level?
At a personal level, it was difficult for me. At a personal level, it was difficult for me because I knew and I continue to know Mr. Cyrus Mistry very well. But I think with my fiduciary responsibility as a director of the company, it was absolutely the right thing for me to do, to protect the interests of all our stakeholders. And therefore, when it comes to a conflict between my personal what is tough at a personal level and what is right on a professional level, I think what is right on a professional level should always take precedence in our lives when we are directors on the boards of companies with very, very strong fiduciary responsibility to all our shareholders and stakeholders.
Harish, you are also the custodian of the Tata brand. I mean, aren't you worried about the kind of impact the current slugfest will have on the Tata brand going forward?
The Tata brand is a very, very strong brand. The Tata brand is characterized by several values. We have a very rich and strong history of keeping the community center stage in everything that we do across the Tata Group. In all companies of the Tata Group today, even as we speak, it is business as usual. Companies are delivering products and services of the highest quality to our consumers across the country and across the world. That continues without any interruption whatsoever. Companies are focused on their community responsibilities as much as they are focused on the excellent products and services that they deliver to their consumers. That continues without any interruption as well. Companies are focused on ensuring that we bring to bear the best standards of corporate governance in everything that we do. That has not changed as well. So the Tata brand is a brand which enjoys the trust of millions of consumers in this country. And consumers trust the Tata brand because of the excellence of products and services that we bring them every day, whether it is Tata Tea or Tata Salt or Tata Vehicles or any other product that we bring to our consumers. I think all those aspects of the Tata brand continue to be very, very strong. And the Tata brand, therefore, in my view, will march from strength to strength, will only build on the strong foundations that it already has, and will ensure that we stand by our consumers and all our stakeholders on every single day. That would be my objective as the custodian of the Tata brand.
Thank you very much, Harish. I hope that the brand appeal of the Tata brand remains intact. But thank you very much for speaking to us at ET Now.
And can I make a request of you as the chairman of Tata Global?
Surely, Harish. Yeah, tell me.
May I make a request to you? You know, we have some excellent green teas which have recently been launched in the market under the Tetley brand. If you have a couple of those, I think I would be grateful. I think you will see that we continue to provide our consumers with the best products and services always without any interruption every single day. And thank you very much for this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I'm very sure that the kind of quality tea that you provide, it's unparalleled. I have absolutely no doubt about that. The issue is more about the slugfest that is going on right now.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.